Wushu, Chinese, is both an exhibition and a full-contact sport derived from traditional Chinese martial arts. It was developed in China after 1949, in an effort to standardize the practice of traditional Chinese martial arts, although attempts to structure the various decentralized martial arts traditions date back earlier, when the Central Guoshu Institute was established at Nanking in 1928. The term Wushu is Chinese for martial arts. Wu equals military or martial shu equals art. In contemporary times, Wushu has become an international sport through the International Wushu Federation, IWUF, which holds the World Wushu Championships every 2 years. The first World Championships were held in 1991 in Beijing, and won by Yuan Wen Qing. Competitive Wushu is composed of 2 disciplines, Taolu, forms, and Sanda, sparring. Taolu involve martial art patterns, and maneuvers for which competitors are judged and given points according to specific rules. The forms comprise basic movements, stances, kicks, punches, balances, jumps, sweeps and throws, based on aggregate categories of traditional Chinese martial arts styles, and can be changed for competitions to highlight one's strengths. Competitive forms have time limits that can range from 1 minute, 20 seconds for some external styles to over 5 minutes for internal styles. Modern Wushu competitors are increasingly training in aerial techniques such as 540, 720, and even 900-degree jumps and kicks, to add more difficulty and style to their forms. Sanda, sometimes called Sanshao or Laizte, is a modern fighting method and sport influenced by traditional Chinese boxing, Chinese wrestling methods called Shui Jiro and other Chinese grappling techniques such as Chin Nak. It has all the combat aspects of Wushu. Sanda appears much like kickboxing or Muay Thai, but includes many more grappling techniques. Sanda fighting competitions are often held alongside Taolu or form competitions. History. In 1958, the government established the All China Wushu Association as an umbrella organization to regulate martial arts training. The Chinese State Commission for Physical Culture and Sports took the lead in creating standardized forms for most of the major arts. During this period, a national Wushu system that included standard forms, teaching curriculum, and instructor grading was established. Wushu was introduced at both the high school and university level. This new system seeks to incorporate common elements from all styles and forms as well as the general ideas associated with Chinese martial arts. Stylistic concepts such as hard-soft, internal, external, as well as classifications based on schools such as Shaolin, Taiji, Wudang and others were all integrated into one system. Wushu became the government-sponsored standard for the training in martial arts in China. The push for standardization continued, leading to widespread adaptation. In 1979, the State Commission for Physical Culture and Sports created a special task force to teaching and practice of Wushu. In 1986, the Chinese National Research Institute of Wushu was established as the central authority for the research and administration of Wushu activities in China. Changing government policies and attitudes towards sports in general lead to the closing of the State Sports Commission, the Central Sports Authority, in 1998. This closure is viewed as an attempt to partially depoliticize organized sports and move Chinese sport policies towards a more market-driven approach. As a result of these changing sociological factors within China, both traditional styles and modern Wushu approaches are being promoted by the International Wushu Federation. Contemporary events. Wushu events are performed using compulsory or individual routines in competition. Compulsory routines are those routines that have been already created for the athlete, resulting in each athlete performing basically the same set. Individual routines are routines that an athlete creates with the aid of his/her coach, while following certain rules for difficulty. In addition to events for individual routines, some Wushu competitions also feature duel and group events. The duel event, also called Duel, is an event in which there is some form of sparring with weapons, or without weapons, or even using bare hands against weapons. The duel event is usually spectacular and actions are choreographed beforehand. The group event, also known as jiti, requires a group of people to perform together, and smooth synchronization of actions are crucial. Usually, the group event also allows instrumental music to accompany the choreography during the performance. The car pitch used for the group event is also larger than the one used for individual routines. Previously, international wushu competitions most often used compulsory routines, while high-level competitions in China most often used individual routines. However, after the 2003 Wushu World Games in Macau, it was decided to opt for individual routines in international competition with Nandu, difficulty movements, integrating a maximum 2-point Nandu score into the overall maximum score of 10. There is some controversy concerning the inclusion of Nandu in Wushu, because many of the movements created for the specific events are not originally movements used in those styles. In addition, the number of injuries which have resulted from the inclusion of these Nandu have caused many people to question their inclusion. Those who support the new difficulty requirements follow the assertion that they help to progress the sport and improve the overall physical quality of the athletes. Barehanded Changquan, or long fist, refers to long-range extended wushu styles like Chaquan, Huaquan, Hanquan, flood fist and Shaolingquan, but this wushu form is a modernized style derived from movements of these and other traditional styles. Changquan is the most widely seen of the wushu forms, and includes speed, power, accuracy, and flexibility. Changquan is difficult to perform, requiring great flexibility and athleticism, and is often practiced from a young age. Nanking, or Southern Fist, refers to wushu styles originating in South China, that is, south of the Yangtze River, including Hanjiaquan, Hungar, Califaquan, Choi Li Fat, and Yangchungquan, Wing Chun. Many are known for vigorous athletic movements with very stable low stances and intricate hand movements. This wushu form is a modern style derived from movements of these and other traditional southern styles. Nanking typically requires less flexibility and has fewer acrobatics than Changquan, but it also requires greater leg stability and power generation through leg and hip coordination. This event was created in 1960. Taijiquan, Tai-I-Chuan, is a wushu style famous for slow, relaxed movements, often seen as an exercise method for the elderly, and sometimes known as Tai-I in Western countries to those otherwise unfamiliar with wushu. This wushu form is a modern recompilation, based on the Yang style of Taijiquan, but also including movements of the Chen, Wu, and Sun styles. Short weapons. Dao, or knife, refers to any curved, one-sided sword/blade, but this wushu form is a Changquan method of using a medium-sized willow leaf-shaped dao. Nan dao, or southern-style knife, refers a form performed with a curved, one-sided sword/blade, based on the techniques of Nanking. The weapon and techniques appears to be based on the butterfly swords of Yangchungquan, a well-known southern style. In the wushu form, the blade has been lengthened and changed, so that only one is used, as opposed to a pair. This event was created in 1992. Jian, or double-edged sword, refers to any double-edged straight sword/blade, but this wushu form is a Changquan method of using the Jian. Taijijian, or Taiji double-edged sword, is an event using the Jian, based on traditional Taijiquan Jian methods. Long weapons. Gun, or staff, refers to a long staff, shaped from white waxwood, as tall as the wrist of a person standing with his/her arms stretched upwards, but this wushu form is a Changquan method of using the white waxwood staff. Nangan, or southern cudgel, is a Nanking method of using the staff. This event was created in 1992. Kaiyang, or spear, refers to a flexible spear with red horsehair attached to the spearhead, but this wushu form is a Changquan method of using the kaiyang. Other routines. The majority of routines used in the sport are new, modernized recompilations of traditional routines. However, routines taken directly from traditional styles, including the styles that are not part of standard events, may be performed in competition, especially in China. These routines generally do not garner as many points as their modern counterparts, and are performed in events separate from the compulsory routine events. Among these, the more commonly seen routines. And Xian Rung, having graduated from Changshan Physical Education and Sports College, and Xian Rung is a former national, China, champion and wushu pioneer. He was approved as a national, China, and international level judge in 1980, has taught at numerous universities throughout China, and authored more than 50 books on internal and external martial arts. Among the national/international champions he's coached, while on Wu Bin's coaching staff for the Beijing Wushu team, he provided guidance to the international celebrity, Jet Li, and his student, Jim Hao won the Japanese national champion title in 1986. Steve Coleman, Wushu, longest-running Great Britain Wushu champion 2002 present, captain GB Wushu team, starred as Shane Powers in film On the Ropes, 2011 film. John Fu learnt Kung Fu when he was 8 years old, but didn't begin serious training in Wushu until he was 15. Starred as Jim Kazuma in the film adaptation of Tekken. Jiang Bangjun, a well-respected international Wushu champion. He was the men's all-around Wushu champion in 1996 and 1998. Personally invited to the Beijing Wushu team by Wu Bin, he became the lead athlete and coach for the Beijing Wushu team. Today, he has opened a Wushu school in Virginia called PMAA, Professional Martial Arts Academy. Jet Li, possibly the most famous Wushu practitioner in the world. He started Wushu as a competition sport, and gained fame as he took the National Wushu Champion of China title 5 times as an original member of the Beijing Wushu team. He was later selected to demonstrate his Wushu on the silver screen in the worldwide hit film Shaolin Temple. Many of his old teammates have also appeared on screen with him, especially in his older movies. Lu Xiaolin won the 1985 National Martial Arts Open Championship in China. She also was the youngest to receive a 7th Dan from the International Wushu Federation. She was a judge for the U.S. in the 1997 and 1999 World Wushu Championships. She is also the current Vice President of the United States of America Wushu Kung Fu Federation. Liu is an author, former head coach of the U.S. Wushu team from 1997 to 99. She is now out teaching at the Wushu Taichi Center is located in San Luis Obispo, California. Ray Park showcased his skills in Wushu in several major films, including his portrayal of Darth Maul in 1999's Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace, as well as Toad in the film X-Men, 2000, and as stunt double for Robin Shaw and James Rimmer in Mortal Kombat, Annihilation. He also heavily retrained prior to filming G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, in which he portrayed the martial arts expert Snake Eyes. Wu Bin, Jet Li's coach in the Beijing Wushu team, training more Wushu champions than any other coach in China. Wu Jing, Chinese actor who was sent to the Beijing Sports Institute at Shichahai in Beijing when he was 6 years old. Like Jet Li, he competed as a member of the Beijing Wushu team in national-level Wushu competitions in China. Both his father and grandfather were also martial artists. Donnie Yen, Chinese martial artist and actor, trained with the Beijing Wushu team. Yuan Wen Qing, one of the most famous, successful, and skilled Wushu practitioners in the world, who has won countless gold medals in Chinese, world, and Asian championships. He is a former Shaanxi Wushu team athlete trained by the coaches Pang Lintei and Zhang Lingmi. He is most famous for his Changquan, Dao Shu, Gunshu, Xuan Dao, and Di Tangquan. A number of his routines, Tao, became the official standard competition routines, Jiyuiding, for a number of years, until the new Jiyuiding Taos were introduced. Zhao Qingjian started learning martial arts at the age of 7, and was a standout member of the Beijing Wushu team. Retained his #1 ranking at the 2009 All-China Games. Wushu was an Olympic event. The IWUF placed a bid to the International Olympic Committee, IOC, to have Wushu included in future Olympic Games, but did not meet with success. However, the IOC allowed China to organize an international Wushu event during the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, but this event is not one of the 28 official Olympic sports, nor is it a demonstration event. Instead, it was called the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games Wushu Tournament. Wushu was one of 8 sports that was considered for inclusion in the 2020 Summer Olympics. On May 29, 2013, Wushu's bid was rejected. Criticism. Wushu has been criticized by some traditional martial artists for being inauthentic, too commercialized, and potentially threatening to old styles of teaching martial arts. Such critics argue that contemporary Wushu helped to create a dichotomy between form work and combat application. Dichotomy between form work and combat application. Dichotomy between